Well, Scott Thompson is a multi-talented musician from Southwest Florida who started playing music at the age of 11 and officially launched his music career in November 2021 under the alias Recluse. So we've got Scott on the line with us, as well as Saint Austin, who's his music partner who releases and creates music with him. How are you doing today?
We're good. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. So, Scott, this latest single, Poison, how would you describe it?
I would say it's very laid back and chill. It's my own take on a pop song. Basically, it infuses R&B with pop in a laid back kind of manner. You could listen to it in an energetic setting, I feel, but you could also listen to it in a laid back setting, like just laying down in your bedroom, or
How do you find mixing R&B and pop? Do you find that they work quite well together?
I think it worked really well. It fits the modern style of music, I'd say, the modern style of pop music, the neo soul wave, I believe it's called. And mixing them together, I just love mixing genres together because it gives you more of a canvas and it's more unique and it just sounds really good.
So, Saint Austin, what was your role in this song? Did you have one?
Well, yes and no. I was unfortunately involved with some stuff in my personal life at the time, but I did give my input whenever possible, and I did kind of shape the outcome of Poison for its whole release and everything. And I gave him tips and tricks along the way for more boosts, like this giveaway that he's having for Poison. Yeah. Scott, do you want to tell him a bit about that?
Yeah, so basically we did a little giveaway for those who pre-saved the song. He gave me some good ideas for incentivizing the release of the song. So basically we did an Apple Music giveaway, and the winners are to be announced soon. And yeah, it's basically a raffle, and it was all his idea, and it worked out pretty well.
All his idea, so he could take all the blame. And do you think that this is a good idea because it's a win-win for everybody? Somebody's going to win, so they get the song for free, and you get a bit of promotion out of it, and hopefully everyone's going to enjoy that.
I think so too. And so. Austin has always been there to help me with my career. Like, he's always been there to encourage me. Like, when we were first starting out together in November, right? We had doubts a little bit because we didn't really know how the stuff went. We were very amateur. We were very new to everything. So he and we just pushed forward no matter what. And we got really far with it in terms of skill, you know? And I feel that if we keep pushing, we can get so much further, and that this is only the beginning.
Yeah. So, Scott, how did you get into music? Because it was actually when you were 11 that you started playing music. So how come it's only recently that you've launched your career?
So when I was 11, I kind of started getting into like making beats and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I found it interesting, and I didn't know much about it at the time. I was really bad at it, and I stepped away from it after a while. But then back in November, I was inspired by musicians like Joji, right? I would listen to his music all the time, and I was like, wow, this just resonates with me, right? And I was like, you know what? When I like something, I can't just like listen to it. Like when I like a song, I can't just listen to it. I gotta be the type to, I have to have something like that. I gotta be the type to make something that resonates with me as heavily as that music did. So I would just, as a hobby, right, I would create like some lo-fi beats, and I would send them to my friends, and they'd say it was good. And from there, I would continue to improve my sound, and I would just keep working and working until eventually I started thinking about actually doing this as a career, like releasing music as like a personal music career. And I was like, wow, this is really enjoyable. And yeah, that's kind of where we are today.
Yeah. How did you find people's reaction when you decided to make it a career? Because it's the kind of thing that if you said to a person of authority, like a careers advisor, that you were going to do music as a career, they'd be like, maybe you should get a job in insurance.
I've had very, very positive reactions to it. I can't say that I've ever had any reactions like that. Maybe once or twice I might have, but everyone's really supportive of it, and they like everything that I do, even like just the demo stuff that never sees the light of day and that I never planned to release, they love it. And I think that's what keeps me going. That encourages me to keep going.
Yeah. And for this
You know?
latest single, Poison, the single has got the song Poison on it, but it's also got a sped up version, which is simply the song sped up. What's the appeal of that? Do people just have so short attention spans these days, or does it actually sound cool in some way having it sped up?
I think it sounds really nice. The thing is, when you have, okay, so today in the modern era of music, right? There's music usually gets popular on TikTok sometimes, and that's a lot of the time how people find music.
Yeah.
And so if you have a sped up versions of music are widely used on TikTok,
Yeah.
right? So people are always posting like random TikTok videos to sped up songs. And I think making a sped up version could appeal to that in a way that could, bring in more attention to the song itself, but also provide a catchy sped up version that also sounds good to people who are into that more energetic vibe.
Yeah, because a lot of the time, if you only ever listen to a sped up version or listen to it most of the time, if you listen back to the actual song, it sounds weird and sounds slow, but actually that's the default. That's how it's meant to sound.
Yeah, and I also did like a slowed down remix, but I didn't really like it, so I just decided not to include it. I feel like including too many songs in this release, it's not really a great thing to do because you want to focus on the one song. You don't really want to focus on too many other things.
The slowed down one is interesting because I think you'd probably listen to it and think, come on, get on with it. This is going slow. So
yeah.
maybe it's a good omission.
Yeah.
Well, what's coming up for you both? Have you got more projects that you're working on together or apart?
We have something in the works. It's going to be one of my first releases. It's called Lean Star. It's something that a friend of mine, Salem, he produced the beat after me and Scott and everyone talked to him about it. And it was more or less of, hey, because I've gone by, I've gone by a bunch of different names, unfortunately, when recording music. I've been kind of the guy in the background. Well, Scott's been mainly focusing on the music. We have our own merch line. We have our own Reddit, our own, I know Scott was not saying this is a good idea, but our own community Discord. And we have our own iceberg, actually.
Oh.
And I'm going to explain, it's like a meme between us, we just go down like the iceberg of I don't know how to explain it, but those
Obscurity.
iceberg chart memes. Yeah, of how obscure certain things are with our music.
Yes.
That's the best I could explain it. It's really difficult to explain.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with Club Penguin, is it?
Nah.
Well, many thanks to both of you for coming on. Where are we able to find this latest song, Poison, and all your music as well?
You're able to find it on any streaming platform that you are subscribed to. It's on every single platform out there.
Excellent. Well, many thanks to both of you for talking to us today. It's been great having you on.
It's been great talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.